Look out, Middle Tennessee. Benny is on the beat. Here comes your host, Benny Pulley, going in depth with singer-songwriters and musicians from across Music City and beyond, with live performances straight from historic WLIJ Studio B right here in Shelbyville. Benny on the Beat on WLIJ is sponsored by Black and Blue Sports. Now, let's see what we got here. Here's Benny Pulley.
All right, this is Benny Pulley, behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting. I'm here with my co-host today. It's going to be Mr. Brandon Crosland. Hello, Brandon.
Hey, Benny. Good to see you. And no stranger to each other, but this is my first time on the other side of Studio B in quite a while. Probably have a couple of gray hairs since then.
Well, yeah, we, as they say, me and Brandon started out a long time ago. We're trying to work on this, so we've got it going a long ways. But we got Mark Thornton, who was guitar player with Jerry Reed for years, and we've got him on the phone. We're doing a phone interview today, and Mark, it's good to have you with us.
Man, good to be there with you. Thanks, Benny.
Yes, sir. Now, tell us a little bit about the history of you and how you got started in the music business. I know you probably started pretty young. I'd say most ones I've talked to start early, so give us a little idea when you started.
Yeah, if you're lucky enough to start when you're young, that's when you get all your good practice in, you know.
Yes, sir.
I don't know, probably 12, 13 years old when my older brother, who played guitar, started showing me things, and just kind of went from there. In the state of Iowa, that's where I'm from, so I would skip a lot of school to try to learn the instrument, you know.
Oh, yeah. Now, so you started out with guitar, so your brother gave you a few instructional lessons, huh?
Yeah, he was a great player. He didn't play professionally or anything, but he's self-taught. But he went to jazz school in San Antonio, then he came back, and then he went and taught me a bunch of things.
So as a jazz student, I suppose he was giving you a little more of the stylistic chords, I guess. You got more than just the A, C, and D. Huh?
Well, that's what I consider myself, really, just a good country guitar player. But it's, with a little jazz here and there.
Oh, yeah.
You said you're from Iowa. I'm just curious, what part of Iowa are we talking about? Is this the Newton area, Des Moines?
Central Iowa. The capital is Des Moines, and I lived a little bit in Des Moines, but I'm from a little town called Indianola, which is 12 miles south of Des Moines, home of Simpson College. So, yeah, that's where I grew up.
Well, that's cool. Now, when did you move to Nashville?
Well, I didn't move to Nashville until about 92 via Los Angeles. That's where I went before that, from Iowa. When I was 18, graduated and moved to Venice Beach with the 4-piece rock band from high school.
Oh, cool. So what was the name of it?
We were called The Jury.
Okay, cool.
We didn't become famous or anything.
No, well, there's always a start for that. And then in L.A., you played at some pretty big places there, the Palomino Club, the Gene Autry Western Heritage Museum. What were those experiences like?
You've heard of those? Okay, yeah. Great, yeah. The Gene Autry Museum was sort of my daytime job when they first opened up. I think it was like 88, 89 when they opened up. I had a day job there that I played, and then they found out that I played, and I went ahead and started playing a bunch of their events. And, yeah, I got to meet Gene Autry there when he came.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that would have been, I imagine that was a really good thrill, because I remember from the years back, all the movies I've watched with Gene Autry in it, and the Singing Cowboy.
Yeah, Gene was all fully dressed with his cowboy hat on, his suit, and it was him. He walked in along with Bob Hope.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
And their two wives. He was kind of giving Bob a tour of the museum, and the director of the museum, Jackie, she introduced us, which is pretty exciting. Get to meet Gene Autry and Bob Hope, shake their hands.
Yeah, I mean, a legendary comedian, Bob Hope, and did so much for the the veterans in these war situations overseas. He lifted up a lot of people. He was just a great comic, and back then it was more of a clean comedy, not vulgar or nothing. It was just a clean, funny comedy, you know. So.
Yeah. Him and his sidekicks.
Yeah, and between Gene Autry and Bob Hope, tell me you weren't starstruck at all, right? No starstruck at all.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Now, so you got to Nashville. So have you been writing for a while, or did you just start writing?
I write on occasion. It's sort of a new thing, I guess, in the last 7-8 years ago or so. I've been write some songs. I haven't recorded them. There's a lot of them I haven't even recorded yet.
Well, that means we got more stuff coming, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Now, in Nashville, have you done I know you do some engineering work, is that correct, with producing and stuff like that?
Yeah, that's right. I've actually got my own recording studio based out of my house, and I've been doing that ever since, I guess, I started doing these Picking On records since probably around 94.
Okay.
This label, CMH Records, out of Los Angeles. When I lived out there, I met the one who owns the label, and I didn't start working for him until after I moved to Nashville. They called me up, and they had this business model idea about doing this bluegrass tribute series called the Picking On Records, and I started working with them in '94. Then that's how I built up my studio.
Yeah, I can see from the discography there, Mark, a lot of bluegrass compilations where your name appears on there. So I imagine that's where some of that took hold.
Yeah. I lost track of how many there are. Quite a bit of them.
And some of those compilations, I recognize here as a DJ here at WLIJ, that cover of Bluegrass Now and Then. That's a very familiar cover here. So it really has been circulating around. I think it might be one of our editions of Rocky Top that we play here at the studio.
Yeah, it's pretty popular.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. So we've got the first song. Let me get my list out because, of course, a
couple of singles here from Mr. Mark Thornton, and I'm excited to hear one of these.
Yeah, let me get my list out because I said I'll never remember all this stuff. All right, the one that I got that I was wanting to talk to you about is the one called Watching the River Roll. So can you tell me a little bit about it and how it came about?
Oh, yeah, I guess just sometimes the title comes up first, you know. Mm-hmm. And then you just kind of build a song from that. There's different ways of writing a song, but it's just kind of a simple song, kind of a country song, the flavor of classic country. Merle Haggard, you know. Yeah,
that's basically what LIJ does. We've been playing from the late 40s all the way up to probably the 80s of old rock. I'm not old rock, but old country. You know, because a lot of the newer stuff is rock. It needs to be classified into the rock, but we like the old country, you know, and the Merle Haggards and all that kind of stuff, and George Jones and stuff. And so this one here was sort of one of those that I thought might be something that we could hear. And so you got it wrote, and then when did you get it produced?
It's been 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
4 years ago.
All right. Produced it out of Nashville, out of your studio?
Yeah, produced it, engineered it, just homemade. It's basically just did it all here.
Good deal.
Yeah, that's the best kind. So if you don't mind, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to get Chase to cue it up, and we're going to go ahead and play it.
Excited to hear it.
Nice to you. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Watching the River Roll.
Yeah.
For Mr. Mark Thornton.
I don't want to work in an office in a building so high. I want to sit here on the hillside and and watch the river roll by. Some people want to fly to Paris and see the Eiffel Tower from the sky. But I like sitting on the hillside, watching the river roll by. The river plays my kind of music. It's such a peaceful, lonesome sound. It never asks any questions, and it never lets me down. Some people like big parties, but I ain't no social butterfly. I like sitting on the hillside, watching the river roll by. My kind of music. It's such a peaceful, lonesome sound. It never asks any questions, and it never lets me down. And when my life is ended, it's here I wanna lie, 'cause I know I'll be happy forever, watching the river roll by. 'Cause I know I'll be happy forever, watching the river roll by.
Watching the river roll by for Mr. Mark Thornton. Mark, that was a lovely song. It makes me feel like I'm just strolling through Dollywood and just having a great time. I'm going to figure out how I'm going to spend the day. What caught me there was it never asks any questions. It never lets me down. That I love just the play on words there that we get from good standard country music like that. And that just falls right in line with I guess you're hearing Gene Autry through those early days, and that's a really nice tune there. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, on the recording of that, you said you had several musicians that helped you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, got a bunch of my favorites playing on there, like Billy Contreras on fiddle. I had the Rishis, Frank and Willie Mae, singing the oohs and ahs and some harmonies on that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's great, yeah, and it's a great song, and it does remind you like you want to get in a canoe and go down the river, or either get on a fishing boat and go down and fish.
Yeah, just life gets so hectic, living in a city, and it's nice to take it slower.
Yeah.
And I play downtown a lot, and it's just they build so much in the small radius. And there's just so many people in this little radius of Lower Broadway.
Oh, yeah.
It really is a thing. The urbanization just in the last 10 years, last 20 years, it just has gone exponentially is what I'm trying to find there. Yeah, especially around that area, Mark. And so that kind of music there, it slows you down, and it really, you feel like you're not allowed to move quickly. You got to go with the river's pace, and then that's exactly what it's telling you there.
That's right. And then we, of course, when I was young, of course, the Broad was just Ernest Tubb Record Shop and a few little shops up and down the
and now Ernest Tubb isn't even.
I know, and then
it's a shame.
My great aunt was the owner of Tootsie's before Tootsie had it. It was called Mom's Place, and
really,
yeah, she would take me backstage of the Opry, and I'd get to go walk back to see Roy Acuff, String Bean, all these guys, you know. And I had a little collector book that they had bought me. My aunt had bought me to go backstage, you know, and I get all of them to autograph it, you know. And makes me mad. One of our moves, my dad was in the motel restaurant business. One of our moves up to East Tennessee, I had the book with me. And then when I got up there, Dad had he got rid of a bunch of stuff, and I think he threw my book away.
That's how it works.
Yeah, and I'm going, golly.
And I can't believe you're going to go through this story, Benny, and not tell them about Minnie Pearl.
Yeah, well, Minnie Pearl, I've seen all of them, basically. And then the part that got me, I was about probably 7, 8 years old, and so I'm behind the curtain on the opera there, and there was a lady singer, her fiery redhead. She was called Marjorie Bowles, and Marjorie was singing a song, and she looked backstage, and she seen my aunt and me, and so she motioned for me to come out there, and I shook my head no, and my aunt pushed me out on the stage. And so I walked out to Miss Bowles, and when she finished her song, she reached down and planted a big old lipstick on my side of my cheek.
And thus a star was born.
And so when she did that, I was about to color a shade of her lipstick. It was so I was so red, but it scared me to death.
And that's the original Opry.
Yeah, buddy, and it was a great place. There was so much. Everybody there was so friendly. You go backstage and go in the dressing rooms, and all of them would talk to you, you know. And it was just it was a nice place to be. And all of them knew my aunt because she had run the thing beside them there, and so they would all come over there after they get through and spend time with her, you know. And so it was a real nice atmosphere. But, you know, as the times go, I mean, that area, like you said, is so growed up and with all kinds of businesses, and it's just jam-packed about every night.
Yeah. Yeah, the place I frequently go to or play is Roberts. Yeah, Roberts.
Yeah.
Which is a couple doors down from Tootsie's.
Yeah.
And they play the classic country there.
Well, that's good. You know, and that's you don't hear a lot of the older country, I call it, like, you know, there's so much of the newer stuff, you know, and I'm not bad-mouthing it. It's just not what the country I grew up on, you know. And songs like that, the one you just sang, it really brings back the memories of the old style country.
And Mark, I think we had this conversation with some of the other singer-songwriters about the evolution of country music today, where, you know, even back in the 80s and 90s, they were pulling from pop elements. Even in the 70s, you know, you'd hear some disco-y sounding country music on the charts. And it's sort of the same way today. It's kind of what I think we heard one of the artists tell us, that it's kind of like what these artists of today, what they were growing up on.
Yeah.
They were growing up on Eddie Van Halen and Def Leppard. And so some of those elements, or, you know, maybe they grew up with T-Pain, you know, coming up now, you know. So some of those elements sort of make their way into what their final product looks like. And also the almighty dollar has a thing to say about it too. But we're thankful for traditionalists, though. So, you know, we can all kind of get what we want to get out of country music. And the two singles, the one single we've heard so far from you is definitely one of those exceptions there, where it's like, yes, this is that prime stuff.
Yeah. Now, have you got? I understand that you might have some events coming up that people wanted to go out and see you or talk to you or see at this event. What have you got going on?
That's right. Yeah, I've got kind of my own thing going, and there's a show east of the Nashville area, a couple hours in Spring City, called it's a place called the Tennessee Valley Theater, and my band, Mark Thornton and the Sidekicks, will be playing that evening.
Cool. Now, y'all are y'all doing the like a 2-hour show, or how long? 3 hour?
Yeah, I think it's about a couple hours.
Couple hours. Okay.
Good set.
That's good. Yeah. So now, how long have you had your group together?
I've had the name the Sidekicks ever since Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
I recently put a band together again, and I try to keep the same rotation of players.
Okay.
We play in the Nashville area, and looking to get out and play more places like the Tennessee Valley Theater in the future.
Yeah. Well, that sounds good. You know, you might try to come up here into the Shelbyville area. I know they got the Fly Arts Center. They usually have some events and stuff like that. And then,
oh yeah, that'd be right up my alley. I'd love to go there. I do know a person in the area that's a good friend of mine. Jim Bratcher lives in Shelbyville.
Yeah,
wonderful. Yeah, from the Fly to Cooper Steel Arena, there's a lot of great venues around Bedford County that I'm sure we'd love to have you. But we do want folks to remember that you will be at the Tennessee Valley Theater. That's Spring City, Tennessee, March 29th. Hope they come out and see you here from the Southern Middle Tennessee area.
Well, that's for sure. That's for sure. So now we've got another song that we had found that. Let me pull it up.
This one is called "Friday Is a Good Day to Say Goodbye."
Yeah. Now, give us the thoughts behind that and how it came about.
It's just kind of a cute play on words. You know, it could almost be a gospel song. You know, Good Friday, but
yeah, okay, I got you. Yeah,
it's not quite a gospel song, but yeah, Friday is a good day to say goodbye. Yeah, just another classic country type written song.
Well, the best country music is always built upon a play on words, more likely than not. So I can't wait to hear how this one plays. This is Mark Thornton. Friday is a good day to say goodbye.
Saturday night's the night the fun begins. Sunday you pray forgiveness of all your sins. Monday you work and Tuesday's lame. Wednesday and Thursday's more the same. Friday is a good day to say goodbye. Friday is a good day to say goodbye. Say goodbye to the boss. It's no loss, me oh my. Say goodbye to the gal who won't return your call. Say goodbye once and for all. Friday is a good day to say goodbye. It's Friday night, the week has come to a close. Baby, it's time for me to say adios. It's time to say those words again. Sayonara, auf Wiedersehen. Friday is a good day to say goodbye. Friday is a good day to say goodbye. Say goodbye to the boss. It's no loss, me oh my. Say goodbye to the gal who won't return the call. Say goodbye once and for all. Friday is a good day to say goodbye. Say goodbye to the gal who won't return the call. Say goodbye once and for all. Friday is a good day to say goodbye.
Bring your printing or embroidery vision to life today with Black and Blue Sports of Shelbyville. Proudly serving your community since 2003, Black and Blue Sports offers embroidery, printing, digital media, and ad specialty products. Choose someone who strives to provide you with the newest trends and exceptional quality with no minimums. Black and Blue Sports on 114 East Highland Avenue in Shelbyville. 931-680-9898. And online at blackandbluesports.com.
Kincaid's is proud to offer Beauty Rest Black to our customers. Beauty Rest Black represents a leap forward in bedding with sleep climate technology keeping you cool and triple-stranded pocketed coils to give you luxurious support all night long. Wake up refreshed and ready to take on the day with a new Beauty Rest Black mattress from Kincaid Service Company. 400 Madison Street, Shelbyville, across from the Speedway gas station. 931-684-5662.
Hello, Trouble. And he's got a friend. It's Benny on the Beat on 98.7 and AM 1580 WLIJ. Sponsored by Black and Blue Sports. Now let's send it back to Studio B.
All right, this is Benny Pulley, behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting. I'm here with Brandon Crosland, my co-host, and we got Mark Thornton on the line. And are you calling in from Nashville?
Yep, coming the house here in Madison.
All right, Madison.
There you go.
Good area.
It is Benny on the beat.
Yeah.
Talking with Mr. Mark Thornton, and I know something that Benny doesn't know.
Uh-oh. What you know?
Well, Mark and I were talking about over the break, and also love that Friday is a good day to say goodbye tune. Another great standard sounding tune. You have a 1937 Ford farm truck that you bought right here in Shelbyville, and can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'll tell you. A good friend of mine, Jim Bratcher, he tinkers and works on all these Ford, cars and trucks from the 30s. And so I went over there, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago, and looked at this. I had this idea of someday buying a little stage, portable mobile stage. Truck came up on, I don't know if it was Craigslist or something like that, but I looked at it and ended up buying it. Became good friends with Jim, and it's just kind of a side business I've got, and I take it around town and book it out as a mobile stage.
Cool.
It's, say 1937 Ford stake bed truck, and I've had a lot of fun shows on it, and we've even gone to Bonnaroo with it.
Oh, wow.
There it is. You gone to Bonnaroo.
Now, have you been performing at Bonnaroo now?
Now, don't lie. Did you do a little sideshow in Bonnaroo?
Big stage in Bonnaroo.
There you go.
I think the big business there would maybe be like a people transport, just moving folks around the farm there on that
truck.
Yeah.
That place is huge, and the traffic it brings in is crazy.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We could drive around with it. Usually I just park it and we stay put.
There you go. Just pull over somewhere and start playing.
I mean, might as well. You would draw a crowd, I mean, people are there for the music. They're walking around, and
when they come to those places, they're, it's rock, it's pop, it's blues, it's country, it's Americana. It's got a little bit of everything.
Now too.
Yeah, hip hop.
You want it. It's probably there on somewhere on the set list.
That's for sure.
Yeah, I thought you might find that interesting. The 1937 Ford farm truck.
I love old trucks. I love old cars. I'm a big car fanatic.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'll get you guys a hat.
There you go.
I got the show truck hat.
Okay,
nice.
Cool. That's neat.
We'll do it.
Yeah. So give us a little bit more about, have you got, after the Playhouse, what have you got coming up? Anything on...
I've got to get on with booking some more stuff of my own around town. And I play places like Dee's, Country Cocktail Lounge.
Okay.
And, we play Roberts. And we play every Tuesday night. I play with a guy named Todd Day Waite.
Okay.
The Late Show at the Honky Tonk Tuesday night event at the East Side Bowl.
All right.
Used to be at the Post-82 American Legion, and they moved it about a year ago. It's a lot of people, a lot of dancers, kind of a younger crowd.
Right.
Really like the old classic country.
Yeah. You'd be surprised. I mean, us living here in Shelbyville, we cover somewhere around, touch 30-something counties. But when you're out and about, we usually have our shirts on, it says LIJ or whatever the other station is, and we'll be walking around. People will stop you and say, boy, I'm glad y'all play that classic country. It's like, all right, well, we're glad we do too.
And sometimes it's like they see you, and it's almost like a relief that you're still playing the good classic country.
Because a lot of people, like I said, they just love the older stuff, because there's such great artists, like we was talking about earlier, Merle Haggard, George Jones, you got so many that was Johnny Cash, you got so many that was classics. And people, a lot of the musicians today, they feed off of that older music because that's what they were brought up on.
Yeah. Mark, I wanted to, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask anything about Jerry Reed and your time spent with the man. I mean, she got the gold mine, I got the shaft, eastbound and down. This is a wild man we're talking about here.
Yeah.
And I got to imagine there's some crazy stories that are radio appropriate that you could probably share with us. So that might be fishing, but I was just wondering if you've got anything that you'd like to share about Jerry Reed.
Oh, just he was my guitar hero growing up, and I never dreamed, I never play in his band or anything. But it just kind of came up, and I'm thankful for it. It's kind of like going to college.
Oh, I bet.
For me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I did an audition and kind of skimmed through and got in the band, and I think I was in the band for 10 years, 11 years if you count up to the time of his death.
Right, and so that audition process, it was like a big pool of folks trying to buy a position on this band, or was it just, hey, you're in?
I think he just kind of auditioned a few people, that play a certain style, because he plays fingerstyle guitar, like with a thumb pick, kind of like what it's kind of how Chet Atkins plays.
Right.
So he was looking for a Chet Atkins style guitar player, and that's a lot of what I do. So, and I'm teachable. So
yeah,
sure. That goes a long way, and they go back to the saying, it's not so much what you know, it's who you know. I'm sure you had a lot of great contacts to get you in that position to start with as well.
Yeah, I think I was doing a picking on. I don't remember which record it was, but one of the musicians knew that Jerry was looking for a guitar player, and he asked if I'd be interested in had my name put in the hat. So I auditioned for his band leader at the time, Bobby Lovett, and then he took me over to Jerry's house. I think we just sat around in his kitchen, talked, and played guitar for him. Kind of came out of that.
So about how many times do you think you've been on the Grand Ole Opry stage out of all of that?
I've actually never played the Opry with Jerry. I've been on the Opry stage a lot of times with a good friend of mine, Wiley Gustafson, Wiley and the Wild West Show.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole time with Jerry, we never did play the Opry.
Okay.
Wow. Now, I know Jerry was he toured a lot of places, a lot of cities. So I guess you all had some fun going to those different places.
Yeah, he had his own bus, and back in the heyday, I think he had several buses and probably trucks. But he kind of, I was at the last 10 years of his career, so he kind of narrowed it down, and we just traveled in his own personal bus, the band and him and his wife. It was really great. It was real personable.
Yeah.
You get to know each other that way.
Yeah, those relationships were formed there through the latter years of Jerry Reed's touring career, and then that kind of transitioned into your studio there, the Sidekick sound in 1994, and it's kind of neat that the guy you got to play with for a decade, he gets to come into your own studio and enjoy some time there too.
Yeah, he would always come and he'd call me up and want to come over and record some ideas that he would have, and we actually worked on a couple album projects, but this instrumental project we did called Finger Dancing.
Finger Dancing.
I don't think it's still out. I don't think it's out anymore. But it's the cover is a picture of Jerry's face, Bobby Lovett, my face, kind of coming out of the sound hole.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Yeah. Well, that's neat. Well, now,
I have a copy of it.
So when you toured with him, you would go all the different places. What's the furthest away you went on tour with him?
I think we went to West Coast,
Okay.
Out to Washington and Oregon.
Okay.
Yeah, because Jerry was, everybody knew him for
a lot of the Midwest.
Yeah.
A lot of the Midwest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they knew Jerry for his guitar playing, so everybody loved Jerry.
Yeah.
Well, we got a third song here to play. I think it's...
What's the name of it? You remember?
I do not remember, but...
It's something about George Strait.
It's from the George Strait collection.
Yeah.
Okay, Straight 8 Strut.
Straight 8 Strut, that is
Straight 8 Strut.
Instrumental that I wrote.
All right, straight 8 strut.
Can't wait for that. Let's go.
Bring your printing or embroidery vision to life today with Black and Blue Sports of Shelbyville. Proudly serving your community since 2003, Black and Blue Sports offers embroidery, printing, digital media, and ad specialty products. Choose someone who strives to provide you with the newest trends and exceptional quality with no minimums. Black and Blue Sports on 114 East Highland Avenue in Shelbyville. 931-680-9898 and online at blackandbluesports.com.
All right, this is Hopkins Farm Broadcasting. I'm here with Brandon Crosland and with Benny on the beat, and I've got Mark Thornton on the line with us, and he's calling out of his home out of Madison, Tennessee. Mark, I know we've been talking about a lot of stuff today, but have you got anything that you'd like to let us know about that you got out there?
Yeah, I guess I should tell you that I got a guitar that I like to play. It was specially made by a great guitar builder named David Wallace, who's from East Tennessee, and I don't know what city he's in, but he built the big hollow body guitar in the style of a Gretsch kind of a guitar. Mm-hmm. Like a country gentleman with the Bigsby on it. They call it the Magic Tone. So I like to play that, and I should probably, put a good word out to David for building that for me.
Yeah. No, I think that's the guitar that you're pictured there with in your headshot, correct?
Probably. There's a couple of them. Maybe it's, and I also got a Del Vecchio style guitar, a resonator guitar that he made for me.
Okay,
cool.
I mean, that's a big honor. You go through guitar shops where you can find them. And whenever you see one that's got some artist's name on it, that model, that edition is for them. That's got to be a huge honor. So I'm sure that feeling is the same. A hollow body, you call it the magic tone sort of guitar. You ever signed any for any folks?
Not yet.
Well, it's coming.
Yeah. We had a little guitar manufacturing place over in Wartrace that's what they did. It was called the Gallagher guitar. The Gallagher's Doc Watson.
Doc Watson.
Yeah,
I'm sure he knows about the Gallagher.
Doc had several of them, but they're manufactured and they sold out to another person, but they are out of Murfreesboro now.
Working out about off the square there in
in Rutherford County. So, that's when you get guitars that are made custom for you and all, it's I imagine being a musician, you would really enjoy having a personal guitar made for you.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. It just feels right and to your specs.
Right.
Yeah, it's more or less, I guess, not only just to have your own model, but also just kind of like this is your custom made.
Yeah.
It's custom made not for people to say, "Oh, I've got a Mark Thornton guitar." It's
right.
It's made for you, your certain special picking playing style, and I guess it's more just purpose built for you, and others get to share in that same style if they so choose.
Yeah.
Yeah, and David Wallace, he'll make guitars, for anybody, I mean, not just everybody, but I just want to mention his name.
Yeah. Now, you said out of East Tennessee?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Diota, Tennessee.
Okay. All right. Well, now, you said, give us the dates now, the Playhouse.
March 29th.
Okay.
I forget what time we start, if it's 5 or 5 to 8, something like that.
All right. Now, that you'll have your whole band with you, the Sidekicks?
I will. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll have Walter Hartman on drums and Kent Blanton on upright bass, Jeff Taylor on accordion. You might have seen Jeff playing with the Time Jumpers every Monday night. And a young a friend of mine on fiddle, Cole Ritter. He's an up-and-coming singer, songwriter, musician. He's such a talent. Fiddle, plays fiddle, guitar. But he's gonna join us.
Well, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, when you got into the music business, what made you go into producing? Do you just like the thought of going into the studio and helping other people record their music?
Yeah, it's just I like being part of the scene, and I get out and play music, and then just by word of mouth, I end up booking sessions with people. But it started off with me producing these pick-on records, and I was hired by the label to put these things, hire national musicians to do this. So now at the studio, I don't do those pick-ons anymore.
Uh-huh.
My business model's kind of, they don't really do a whole lot. There's a lot of them out there, but now I'm just kind of part of the community and try to make a living and try to help the local artist.
Yeah.
With their records.
So, like, if you had just say a young person that wanted to do some country records, you remember Elvis was son, he just walks in, I want to record this for my mother, stuff like that. Will you help them do stuff like that?
Yeah, that's about how it is.
Yeah.
I've got all the old equipment and all the old microphones. I even got the tape machines if somebody wants to record the 2-inch 24-track.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
All the analog equipment, I assume. And, of course, on the board here, we've got Chase Clanton, which, went to school for this sort of thing. He's waving from the back. So I'm sure he's chomping at the bit to ask you some questions here in my place. He's probably ready to go. But I heard something about a Trident board yesterday from another gentleman. What kind of digital equipment are you working with there in studio?
Yeah. Well, some people use Pro Tools and some people use Cubase, and I got pretty familiar more with Cubase, and that's what I use in the digital world. But when I fire up the tape machine, it's maybe about just a few times a year. There's a fella that just did some bluegrass music for. I think we did 4 or 5 records so far, but he was here a couple of weeks ago. He even had Vince Gill in singing some harmony and playing guitar on him. David Peterson, 1946.
Right.
Yeah, he's great.
Well, that's crazy.
He cuts everything live on the floor.
Uh-huh.
They all stand in a circle and do the whole thing in one take.
Right. So not much individual track laying down. It's just one go at it, and that's it.
Yeah, well, several takes until you.
Several takes, of course.
Right.
Yeah. But
It's a little rougher to do it that way, but I mean, time consuming and trying to get it right. But it's worth it in the long run.
it is. It's raw, and you've got everything individually mic'd in such a way where it sounds more authentic when it's all just done there in unison. And we've talked about it with other artists too. That feeling of when the whole band is clicking together, it's just a magic. You use the word synergistic, but I mean it's true. It's just where everyone's clicking and they're all in time. They're all feeling that jam, and there's nothing that could replace that. Whenever you have just individual tracks being laid down.
Yeah, and you kind of learn to let little things go that are not little flaws, but they end up being not really flaws. It's real.
It's character.
Yeah, it just adds character to the album or all.
Well, there's no rules on how to make music. That's such a great way to do it.
Exactly. I'm glad you said that. There's no rules on how to make music, because taking music theory in high school, I mean, I enjoyed it. I'm thankful I did, but there's also just that feeling of like, should there really be like like set limits, rules of things you can't do in music? Like, sure, it might sound bad, but like there shouldn't be any limitations of what you should be able to do. No. I mean, harmony wise or anything like that as far as composition. But yeah, same goes with recording. There shouldn't be anything that's out of bounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about the feel.
Right.
Yeah. Now, we got people that listen out here that are loyal listeners that will probably want to know how can they see your songs? What's your website? Do you have social media? Things that they might want to know, like a booking number for if somebody wants to book you into a venue. Can you give us some of that information?
Yeah, the music is I've got everything kind of going. I got a website, themarkthornton.com, and you can get a bunch of information off that. I'm on Spotify, YouTube.
Okay.
If you want to book the show, Sarah Reed, is the one to get in touch with, and or Barbara Turner.
Okay.
She does a lot of stuff for radio, as well as Sarah.
Right. Yeah, Sarah was one who reached out to us.
Yeah.
So we were glad she did, because
absolutely.
We started the show mainly to highlight artists that are coming up and coming, or that are doing it because they love it, and then we've ended up with a big selection. We're booked up right now through the end of May with artists wanting to get on. So it's been very fortunate for us. We really enjoy doing it, and we love hearing from artists like yourself that are still trying to keep the country the way it used to be, and keep striving toward that goal of having some good country music.
Yeah, it's nice when we can just try to get some new classic country songs out there. Thank goodness we got the old music to always listen to. It'll always be there.
Yep.
So I'll try to get some new music too that's done in the old way.
Yep, and I think that's the key right there. It's done in the old way. Usually most of that stuff was like you was talking about. It might have a fiddle, a banjo, a guitar, and it's done the old classic way. And
there's plenty of great neo-traditional artists that are up and coming right now, and you certainly are one of those. We thank you for your time here today. We have maybe another song here that we'd like to play.
Yeah, we got one.
So there's been I love hearing the bluegrass covers of classic rock tunes, and you've got plenty of those there on your repertoire. Is there any one in particular that you would like to play?
There's so many of them. I can't think of anything offhand.
All right.
Yeah, we have "Stairway to Heaven." That would be. I think that would be a great one to end on.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. So a bluegrass take on a classic rock standard. Gotta love that. This is Mr. Mark Thornton with "Stairway to Heaven."
Bring your printing or embroidery vision to life today with Black and Blue Sports of Shelbyville. Proudly serving your community since 2003, Black and Blue Sports offers embroidery, printing, digital media, and ad specialty products. Choose someone who strives to provide you with the newest trends and exceptional quality with no minimums. Black and Blue Sports on Wood 14 East Highland Avenue in Shelbyville. 931-680-9898 and online at blackandbluesports.com.
Hello, Trouble. And he's got a friend. It's Benny on the Beat on 98.7 and AM 1580 WLIJ. Sponsored by Black and Blue Sports. Now let's send it back to Studio B.
All right, this is Benny Pulley, behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting. I'm here with Brandon Crosland, and we're talking to Mark Thornton out of Madison, and we've been talking to him about some of his songs and things he's got going on. And I think we're going to try to give out his number in case somebody wants to record down there in Madison.
Yeah, that's for Sidekick Sound with multi-talented guitar player, producer, and engineer, Mr. Mark Thornton. And yeah, folks were interested in Sidekick Sound and getting in contact with that. How could they do that?
Yeah, I'd love to have him give me a call. Just give me a call. We can go over your project and go over the rates and love to help out.
Sounds good. Now, what's that number, Brandon? I know you wrote it down a while ago.
Yeah, it's 615-473-6054.
And that's for Sidekick Studios, right?
Sidekick Sound.
Sound, okay.
Yep, since 1994, you've had Jerry Reed, Paul Yandell, Marty Stewart, Chris Scruggs, Wiley and the Wild West, Davidson Brothers. They've all have played there with Mr. Mark Thornton there on the board.
Cool. Well, that's good. Yeah. Now, Mark, we want to thank you for coming to us today and doing this phone interview with us. We appreciate you doing that and taking time out of your day. We want to make sure we announce to everybody where he's going to be performing at the theater. Mr. Brandon, I know you're there. So.
Well, I was just there. It's going to be in Spring City, Tennessee.
Okay.
And that is, as I go down here, it's Spring City, Tennessee, March 29th at the Tennessee Valley Theater. That's where you'll find the Sidekicks playing there, Mr. Mark Thornton. And it's going to be about a 2-hour show. Mark's going to be a great show.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. When we're going to end out on one of Jerry Reed's songs, Guitar Man, that Mr. Mark played on.
they're in the latter stages.
Yeah, they're in the latter.
Played all the hits there with Jerry Reed, and you said you really liked this one, so we thought we might close the show today with that.
And Mark, we want to thank you. And what's that website? Your website again?
Yes, themarkthornton.com.
themarkthornton.com. All right, so people want to check it out, just go to themarkthornton.com and check it out. And Mark, again, we appreciate it, and we're going to end on Guitar Man with Jerry Reed.
Let's go.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Well, I quit my job down at the car wash, left my mama a goodbye note. By sundown, I left Kingston with my guitar up under my coat. I hitchhiked all the way down to Memphis, got a room at the YMCA. For the next 3 weeks, I went a haunting them nightclubs looking for a place to play. Well, I thought my picking would set them on fire, but nobody wanted to hire a guitar man. Well, I nearly about starved to death down in Memphis. I run out of money and luck, so I bummed me a ride down to Macon, Georgia on an overloaded poacher truck. I thumbed on down to Panama City, started checking out some of them all-night bars, hoping I could make myself $1 making music on my guitar. Got the same old story, them all-night peers. There ain't no room around here for a guitar man. We don't need a guitar man, son. So I slipped in hobo jungles, bombed 1,000 miles of track, till I found myself in Mobile, Alabama, at a club they call Big Jack's. A little 4-piece band was jamming, so I took my guitar and I set in. I showed them what a band would sound like with a swinging little guitar man. Show 'em, son. ever take a trip down to the ocean, find yourself down around Mobile, or make it on out to the club called Jackson, you've got a little time to kill. Just follow that crowd of people, you'll wind up out on his dance floor, digging the finest little five-piece group up and down the Gulf of Mexico. And guess who's leading that five-piece band? Why wouldn't you know it's that swinging little guitar man?
And AM 1580 WLIJ.
Bring your printing or embroidery vision to life today with Black and Blue Sports of Shelbyville. Proudly serving your community since 2003, Black and Blue Sports offers embroidery, printing, digital media, and ad specialty products. Choose someone who strives to provide you with the newest trends and exceptional quality with no minimums. Black and Blue Sports on 114 East Highland Avenue in Shelbyville. 931-680-9898 and online at blackandbluesports.com.
WLIJ. Now that's country.